Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Ousmane Dembele as it have been reported that PSG are ready to activate Barcelona forward's 50 million euro release clause to replace Mbappe. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Xavi Hernandez, of course, Barcelona have finally decided to prioritize a right back after a meeting that took place yesterday between Xavi and the sporting directors. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. In a major development, PSG have made Barcelona forward Ousmane Dembele their priority for the summer. If Kylian Mbappe leaves the club, the Paris Saint-Germain are willing to meet the 26-year-old's 50 million euro release clause to sign him, according to Santi Awana. PSG have been attentive to the situation for a while now. The Ligue 1 champions were interested in signing Dembele last year as well, when his contract with Barca had run out, but he ended up penning a new deal. Dembele's current contract with Barcelona expires in the summer of 2024 and contains a release clause worth 50 million euros that is active this summer. It must be noted that as per the terms of the contract, Barca would receive only 50% of the release clause amount should any team activate it, with the rest going to the player and the agent. And PSG are now understood to be ready to trigger that clause this summer so that they can sign Dembele, possibly as a replacement for Kylian Mbappe. The Paris Saint-Germain's director, Luis Campos, has had his eye on Dembele for a while now and wanted to sign him to partner him up with Mbappe. But with the latter appearing likely to leave this summer, the Barcelona ace is now being looked at as a priority by PSG's owners in Qatar. Furthermore, new manager Luis Enrique is understood to be an admirer of Dembele and sees the winger as one of the best in the world in his position. As such, a move is now being planned in the French capital. But Dembele has stated that he is very happy at Barca and that talks are ongoing over a new contract until the summer of 2027. More recently, there was even a meeting between the winger's agent Musa Sissoko and the club director Deco, during which the representative reiterated the player's stance of wanting to continue at the club. So, Barcelona can be calm about the situation, although there would be much more relief if Dembele signs a new contract at the earliest, with the 50 million euro release clause removed from the deal. Of course, Ousmane Dembele has still to sign his new contract. There have been a lot of talk about extending Dembele's contract, but so far it seems as though both parties haven't still come into terms. Dembele's agents and Barca haven't still come into terms as to the new contract that they want to sign for Dembele. And honestly, I still maintain my opinion that I don't see the reason why the club should be prioritizing a renewal for Dembele right now. There are still a lot of things that Barca can take care of, like registering players. We have not even sold players that we need to sell in order to balance the books, in order to comply with financial fair play. So there are still a lot of things that we need to do. The summer window has a lot of things that Barca have still not done. Of course, Ousmane Dembele has been a key player in this team, especially under Xavi's tenure. Since Xavi came into the ranks as our manager, he has been praising Dembele, and of course, Dembele have also garnered the faith from the manager, which is very important for any player. And it has been reported that Dembele wants to stay at Barca for a very, very long time. Of course, I think Dembele, of course, really wants to extend the contract, but the terms that Barca have been offering is not the way they wanted. We quite remember last summer when Dembele's contract came to an end. He was a free agent for some few weeks before Barca had to give him a new contract for 2 more years. And after having serious issues, with the Barca board when his agent Musa Sissoko, they were asking for a higher salary. but Barca were insisting that they cannot afford such. The club is even going through a lot and they can't afford to pay Dembele quite so high. And of course, Dembele had to go for a lower salary in the new contract that was signed last summer. So, with his contract expiring in 2024, Ousmane Dembele wants a new contract. His agent wants a new contract. And so it remains to be seen how things go from here. Now, this report is now claiming that PSG are now showing interest in Ousmane Dembele. As it stands right now, Dembele's contract the release clause in his contract is just 50 million euros, which is very affordable by many top clubs in Europe. That is why Barca are trying to push for renewal because if they don't do that, somebody might just pay that release clause, and if Dembele accepts to leave, then that's all. And Barca don't want that to happen. Javi Hernandez doesn't want that to happen. PSG has seen Dembele as a replacement for Kylian Mbappe, as there have been a lot of rumors about Mbappe's potential exit after an ultimatum that PSG have given him to decide his future before the end of this month. So let's see how things go from here. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. According to a report from Sport, Barcelona held a transfer meeting earlier today, with all key figures such as directors Deco, Matteo Alemani, and manager Xavi Hernandez participating the transfer window so far and the roadmap for what lies ahead, was discussed during the meeting. It was agreed upon that at least two players from the team needs to leave to comply with the financial fair play situation. Beyond that, it was also decided that the signing of a pivot midfielder was the utmost priority right now. Along with it, the Barcelona manager and the other officials also came to an agreement that the club needs to sign a right back, and it is decided that they will go after a player to strengthen the position this summer. The right back slot has been a cause of concern for Barca for some time, given the issues last season. Manager Xavi Hernandez was forced to use Jules Koundé as a makeshift in that position, a role in which the Frenchman did well. However, he does not wish to continue operating right back, which leaves Sergio Roberto as the only concrete option, along with Julian Araujo, who could be on his way out. As such, Barcelona have now decided that they will go after a right back concretely, something that was not given in the past. Ivan Fresneda has been identified as a target, with director Deco even meeting with the 18-year-old's agent recently. The Real Valladolid ace has a release clause worth 20 million euros in his contract, but Barca are not prepared to offer more than 10 million. João Cancelo is another player that Barca have on their agenda. However, the club can only afford to sign him on loan. That too if City Outcast agrees to lower salary. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.